Welcome to a windy, snowy day in Russia. And as you can see, we've had a snowfall over the last few days, and I've been ill this week, so I'm just taking it easy and walking around my neighborhood. And today I want to talk to you about some of the foods that I miss having lived in Russia for 20 years. And it's interesting, I know, right? You're going to say, you're from the UK. How can you miss food from the UK? The UK's got a reputation of having the worst food ever. But I think you always miss the food from the place where you were born and grew up. Because even if it's got the worst food in the world, it's something that you're used to. It's memories, it's nostalgia, it's that home taste. When you have something and it just reminds you of being at home. And the first thing that I miss is having a nice sandwich with some pickled onion monster munch inside. I will go to the local bakery, I'd pick my bread, I'd pick my filling, and typically that filling would be something like cheese and chutney with some salad in there. Oh wow. And then I'd open it up and I'd open some pickled onion monster munch. I'd take those pickled onion monster munch out, I'd put them inside. Oh wow, so amazing. I might even put a bit of hot sauce in there as well. Oh man, I would love to eat that right now. Do you have a particular sandwich that you like? I know that in the UK we're sandwich mad, and you can get amazing different sandwiches at all different places. Wherever you are, you can find the sandwich, whereas in Russia sandwiches aren't really as big a thing. Russia's got their own snacks. I really like Marks and Spencer's, because inside those Marks and Spencer's supermarkets, right, you've got all of those different kind of chicken wraps. Oh man, those chicken wraps, like chicken tikka or whatever, with something, and it's like this nice little wrap. Or you have maybe the pasta that you eat cold, right, that comes with a fork, and it's like spicy basil with tomato or something like that. Oh man, how much would I like one of those sandwiches now? Now, I'm not saying that in Russia the food's bad. I'm just saying, as somebody who's not born in Russia, it's normal for me to crave the foods that I remember from childhood. And I guess most of the foods that I miss are things that are kind of like fast foody kind of stuff. But I also do miss my mum's cooking. I think everybody misses your mum's cooking. And there's quite a few things that I could probably cook myself here, but when your mum cooks it, it's just nicer. Like Sunday roast, right? Chicken and potatoes and Yorkshire puddings and gravy and peas and carrots, and oh wow, I would love one of my mum's Sunday roasts right now. It would be absolutely incredible. And I've got a friend actually who is one of my best friends in the UK, and he lives in Leicester, and he's in charge of the Leicester food guide, and he goes to all different restaurants and photos and videos, all the different foods, and it's mouth-watering whenever I see the photos. And obviously it's Leicester, right? So Indian food is incredible there, and Indian food is something that I really miss. And yes, you can get Indian food here in Russia, but the Indian restaurant, and there's one in the town, it's run by Russians, so it's not really the same, right? I mean, they do a good job, and bless them, they try their best, and the food is nice, but it's not the same as going to an Indian restaurant. And I miss samosas as well. Samosas is something that I really miss. Just being able to buy samosas anywhere, really. Go to a petrol station, they'll have samosas in there, right, and you can buy them. But the best place to buy samosas for me is at the farmer's market. The samosas are incredible, absolutely incredible. I can make this video today without pausing, because I can just talk about all the foods that I love about the UK. Oh man, when we were younger, I didn't really used to go out and get drunk in the UK. That wasn't really my thing. I did different things, but pretty much most evenings we would go to a place called Caspian. And Caspian, it still exists, but it's like a takeaway kebab place. And my friend who used to own Caspian Takeaway, he now owns a new one called Ash's Grill. His name is Ash, so it's Ash Grill. And oh wow, I can't wait to go back. I'm going to go there for the first time and have chicken tikka with oh man, chicken tikka in naan with chips on top. I cannot wait to eat that. Maybe 2-piece chicken and chips, or even have a pizza from there. Maybe chicken tikka with pineapple. Who has pineapple on their pizzas? Well, we do in the UK. Oh man, and maybe even a bit of doner sprinkled on the top. I'm guessing there's a hot water pipe somewhere under here, because it's interesting how it's melted in the exact path leading up to the house, right? Now, of course, if I lived in the UK right now, I wouldn't be having chicken tikka and naan every day, right? But I think it's the fact that you can't have it. Obviously, we have shawarma here, right? But it's not the same in any way, shape or form. I guess it's because in the UK we have that Asian culture, right? We have the Pakistani, the Indian, the Bangladesh, we have that culture. And so obviously it tastes different there. And I'm not saying again that Russian's bad, because I know in the comments loads of Russians are going to say, oh, why are you saying loads of bad things? And I bet people in the UK would say, oh, you know what, you don't need that food is really bad. I would love to live somewhere where the food is really good, and I'm not saying you won't, but if you spend a long time outside of the UK, you're going to miss these foods, like fish and chips, right? Russians don't really get fish and chips. I've taken Russian people to the UK and they've said, come on, let's try this fish and chips then, Sam, that you're always talking about. And they'll go there, they'll be like, don't get it, it's weird, they don't really like it. Whereas fish and chips, like once a week in the UK in childhood, my mum would give us money to go to the chip shop for lunch at school, and we'd have maybe chips with peas and maybe a fish cake or something. Wow, just thinking about it now, just oh man, I really want fish and chips. And then of course cheeky Nando's. Who can forget a cheeky Nando's? Oh, half a chicken with the hottest spice, or maybe that chicken burger and chips with coleslaw. Coleslaw is something they have here, but it's still not the same, right? I don't know, it's just not, yeah, that Nando's coleslaw with chips and a chicken burger, you can't beat that. Who can remember cookie cake? I don't know if cookie cake's still a thing now in the UK or not, or if you have that in the US, where it'd be like a cookie, like a chocolate chip cookie, but it will be the size of like a pizza, and it will be for your birthday or something like that. I think the place used to be called the Cookie Jar, as far as I can remember, and those things they were amazing, but you'd have like one whole slice and you'd be a bit sick afterwards already. I remember that. Oh man, Cookie Jar, that was amazing. And there's loads of different kind of chocolates and sweets that I miss from the UK. I'm from a time when you used to go and buy sweets by weight, and so we'd have bonbons and cola cubes, and what else do we have? We have loads of those. What else was there? Licorice all sorts. Licorice all sorts were kind of okay, weren't they? Some of them were a bit horrible inside. And then there'd be wine gums and jelly babies and all that kind of stuff. But more than anything, I guess I miss crunchy or chocolate orange. Oh wow, crunchy and chocolate orange. Mini eggs, Cadbury's mini eggs, I absolutely love them as well. What else is it that, because the thing is you can't get these in Russia, right? And that's the reason you miss them. If you can get them and you can go to the shop and buy them anytime you want, then you're not really going to miss them. I guess it's like salt and vinegar crisps. Now, because in Russia the only salt and vinegar crisps we have are, or chips as you guys would say in the US, are going to be Pringles, or perhaps some sort of like really posh kettle chips or something like that. And so because you can't get like salt and vinegar discos, and what else was it that I really like? Frazzles. Do they still sell Frazzles and What's-Its? What else? There's so much chocolate and junk food that I really miss, like mango Rubicon. Oh my word, I'd love a mango Rubicon, or even a Vimto. Do they still sell Vimto? So I'm actually quite hungry while I'm making this video, and so I'm just thinking of all these different foods that I haven't had for ages, like casserole, shepherd's pie, or apple pie with custard, or rhubarb crumble or rhubarb and custard. Wow, so many things that you just remember that probably to most people you think, they just sound like crappy English foods, and even to you guys in the UK, you probably think these are just rubbish foods, right? When you go to a country that has borscht and things like that, you're going to appreciate real foods, but at the same time, you're going to miss the foods that you can't get anymore. I guess the one thing that I've noticed about all of these foods is none of them are very healthy, are they? They're all a bit bad, apart from, I guess, casserole or shepherd's pie maybe. So all my life I've been a chocoholic. I remember those mixes that you could buy when you were a kid, like sweets in the past used to be 1p or 2 for 1p even. You get all cola bottles and all different types of sweets, and you go, and I remember in the village shop where I was living when I was a kid, you could just go and choose the sweets you wanted. But when I went to school, or blimey, to secondary school, you'd have to go to the person and say, yeah, can I have like a 50p mix of all the different sweets, and they would get that selection for you. There were so many different sweets. I remember the sherbet with the licorice inside that you would dip inside and lick it and dip it in. It was almost like a hand grenade or something. And then there was the sweets that would like be not fizzy in your mouth, but they were crackle in your mouth, but like a little like a sachet of powder that you'd pour into your mouth, and they'd crackle. So many sweets we had that I guess probably weren't very good for us. Look how clear the path is. So if you're living in the UK and you want to go and get something from the kebab shop that's not on the menu, then you want to go and ask for a mori. Go and ask for that, and yeah, you're going to have something that so many people love. All my friends used to really love it. To be fair, I prefer chicken tikka than the thing that you're going to get, but you're going to really like it. It's a combination of some different things. Let's just leave it at that. So go to your local kebab shop, as long as it's like a Indian style Pakistani kebab shop, and ask for a mori special. That's what you want to ask for. But if I could have one meal right now, one British meal, what do you think it would be? Would it be something from my mum's home cooking? Maybe, right? But I think the one meal that I would love more than anything else right now is fish, chips, mushy peas, salt and vinegar all over it. Oh my word. And then probably a can of mango Rubicon to wash it all down. Oh man, I'm so hungry right now. I'm gonna have to go inside and grab myself something to eat. You let me know in the comments, what is your favorite meal? If you live in Russia, what is the meal that you love here? What is the meal that you would love Russia to sell that they don't have here? And then if you're in another country, let me know your favorite meal where you are in the world. Tell me if you think you could live without it or not. Be interested to know.